That sound, it isn't real. It's the sound of something that can't be grown, being sliced by a blade that can't be made. It's a beautiful contradiction. For so long, we've thought the most hypnotic things are visual. But what if the key to that deep, tingling relaxation we're all looking for isn't for your eyes? What if it's a sound that you can actually feel? Welcome to NextCore AI, your front row, seat to the future. Find a quiet spot, put on your best headphones, and just breathe. Tonight, we're going on a different kind of journey. We're stepping into that space between what's real and what's imagined, where art and algorithms meet. Here at NextCore AI, we usually cover the most explosive topics in the field, from job-killing robots to what happens when the machines take over. But for weeks, we've been obsessed with one question. Can an AI, a machine that's never tasted a strawberry or felt the weight of a mango, help us create the most satisfying fruit slicing video on the planet? The idea sounds simple, but it's impossible. Fruit made of perfect, clear glass. A slicer that moves with inhuman precision. And sounds. Sounds so crisp, so clean, they create a physical feeling. The whole AI-generated ASMR trend has exploded, and we've all seen those mesmerizing glass fruit videos. But we wanted to see if we could push it further. Could we create a story told only with light and sound? What we made, we hope, is a piece of sensory art that will mesmerize you instantly. If you enjoy this kind of deep dive, make sure you're subscribed because this is just the beginning. Now, prepare to be hypnotized. Section 1. Designing the impossible. Before we could hear the slice, we had to see it. And we didn't just see it in our heads, we had to describe it to our non-human partner. Our journey started by picking our AI. The world of AI video has gotten wild in 2025, with tools like Google's VO3, Kuaishou's Kling, and OpenAI's Sora changing the game. We ended up using a mix of technologies, focusing on models like VO3 for its cinematic look and its grasp of physics. The first step is basically having a conversation with the AI through something called a prompt. This is where art class meets coding class. You can't just say, make a video of slicing glass fruit. The AI needs details. It needs poetry. It needs a physics lesson for a world that doesn't exist. Our first try was, well, it was funny. We prompted, a knife slices a glass apple. The result was a warped blob being poked by a mangled knife. It had no weight, no reality. The AI just didn't get it. We'd write things like cinematic close-up, a perfect whole strawberry, but it's made of flawless quartz glass. It's sitting on a dark, wet slate. Studio lights from above create shimmering reflections. A sharp Obsidian knife enters the frame in super slow motion. Use a macro lens. Focus only on the point where the knife touches the glass. Each fruit got its own story. For the watermelon, it was a huge round watermelon made of pale green glass. The dark green stripes are like veins of emerald inside. As a crystal cleaver comes down in slow motion, tiny fractures spread out ahead of the blade, catching the light like a spider web. It was a delicate dance. We'd generate a clip, see what was wrong, the light bending weirdly, an unnatural movement, and then we'd go back and tweak the prompt, adding more and more detail. We weren't just telling the AI what to make. We were teaching it the rules of our imaginary world. This slow, careful process was the foundation for everything. Section 2. The hypnotic experience. And now, the result. We've talked enough. It's time to stop analyzing. The only thing that matters is what you see, hear, and feel. So please put on your headphones, get comfortable, let the day go. We're going to be quiet for the next few minutes. Just this. Let yourself get lost in it. Section 3. The Symphony of Sound. What you just experienced was the heart of the project. The visuals might be what caught your eye, but we think the sound is what captures you. The best ASMR videos go viral because the audio keeps you looping, and that's what the algorithms love. The visuals get the click, but the sound makes it addictive. So that's where we spent most of our human energy. The sounds you heard weren't made by the video AI. Most AIs are just starting to figure out audio. Instead, we had to become sound designers for a world that doesn't exist. How do you record a glass banana being sliced? You don't. You build the sound, piece by piece. Each slice was a combination of 4 distinct layers. First, the main slice. This is the main event. We played with sounds of scoring glass, the hiss of a wet diamond saw, and the sharp crack of ice. We twisted them all together to create a sound that was sharp but also incredibly smooth. Second, the tiny fractures. As the blade moves, we wanted you to hear the tension release. So we layered in the super subtle sound of tiny cracks spreading out from the knife. Imagine the sound of a frozen puddle crackling, but amplified and made crystal clear. Third, the crystal tinkle. This is the high-frequency magic. As pieces of glass fruit fall away, we needed that sound of delicate chimes. We used recordings of tiny glass beads falling on marble, the clinking of champagne flutes, and even synthesized bells to create that shimmering cascade of sound. And finally, the fourth layer, our secret ingredient, the organic core. To make the glass fruit somehow still feel like fruit, we added a very subtle, almost subliminal squish right at the center of the slice. It's a sound that shouldn't be there, a contradiction that we think makes the whole thing so hypnotic. It grounds the impossible in something familiar. We synced every one of these layers to the video, frame by painstaking frame. The volume, the panning from left to right, it was all designed to match the knife's movement and pull you in, especially with headphones. Tell us in the comments which sound layer was your favorite. We want to know what worked for you. Section 4. The mind of the machine. It's easy to think of the AI as just a tool, like a camera. But it's more like a collaborator, a very, very strange one. The AI models we used, like Google's Veo or Kuaishou's Kling, aren't just moving pixels around. They've learned from massive amounts of data about our world. They have a deep, mathematical grasp of light, physics, and how things move. Our job was to use that real-world knowledge to create something completely unreal. The prompts had to be specific enough to guide the AI, but also open enough to allow for happy accidents, those little moments of beauty we could never have planned. For instance, in one of our attempts at the glass kiwi, the AI decided the seeds should be tiny, floating air bubbles. We loved it, and it became part of the final version. We also learned that keeping the scene simple was key. By focusing on one fruit against a plain background, we let the AI use all its brainpower on the complex light play of the glass. Too much going on in the background just confused it and led to the chaotic mess we got at the beginning. This whole project is right on the cutting edge, which is what we're all about at NextCore AI. A year ago, making a coherent HD video, this realistic was pure science fiction. Now, we're not only doing that, but we're close to having AIs that can generate the video and the perfectly synced audio all at once. That's going to change everything for creators. Conclusion and CTA. So, back to the big question. Can an AI design the perfect ASMR video? We think the answer is no, not by itself. What we learned is that AI is an amazing instrument. But an instrument needs a human to play it, to give its work meaning, emotion, and art. This video isn't the creation of a machine. It's a partnership between a human idea and an artificial brain. Here at NextCore AI, this is what we live to explore. It's a peek into a future where the only limit to what we create is our own imagination. We'd love to know how this felt for you. Was there a sound or a fruit that gave you the strongest tingles? Your feedback really helps us as we keep exploring this new world of digital art. Please, share your thoughts in the comments. We read every single one. And finally, if you want your front row seat to the future, make sure you subscribe to NextCore AI and turn on notifications. We create jaw-dropping videos on the most explosive topics in AI, from autonomous agents and AI wars to what happens when the machines finally take over. You just got a taste of the art, but we cover it all. Thank you for your time and your attention.